Hey, what's up? Let's talk about Justice League Unlimited, issue number 12. Why? Because it's the DC K.O tie-in, that's why. So our story starts where we see a bunch of heroes helping with the evacuation process to evacuate the entire world. And we end up in Gotham City where we see the Atom and Batgirl Barbara Gordon talking about like the evacuation process and how it's going. And they end up getting a call over their earpieces where they find out that somebody is basically trying to rob a bank in Gotham. And they're like, what? Who's trying to rob a bank in Gotham when the world is about to end? So Batgirl and the Atom get to this bank in Gotham City. They start to assess the situation. They find out that none other than Polka Dot Man is there. And they're like, Polka Dot Man, why are you here robbing a bank at this time? Especially with the end of the world happening. And Polka Dot Man is like, look, you don't know what's going on. Stay back. You don't understand. And they end up going to attack him to stop him because that's what good guys do. And they end up getting blown up in the process. The two of them actually end up getting sent to the ER on the Watchtower, where we see the Question, Blue Beetle, and a couple other people there trying to attend to their wounds. And we find out throughout the conversation that they're having that a bunch of the heroes are having a problem with a bunch of the villains. The villains seem to be very, very overpowered at this point. We come to find out that a lot of the big heavy hitters in the Justice League are off fighting in the DCKO tournament at the moment. So the Justice League is very, very underpowered and undermanned at the moment. Who happens to show up but Mr. Terrific, the third smartest man in the world, and he tells the Justice League that there was a demon whose name escapes me at the moment, a demon who basically went around to the DC Universe villains a couple years ago, and they sold their souls to get more power and become stronger. But never fear, Mr. Terrific always has a plan. And what is his plan to defeat this demon and figure out why exactly they are supercharging the villains of the DC Universe? He brings in heroes from the past, present, and future. Who does he bring in? Guy Gardner the Warrior, Batman Beyond, Superman Blue, Hook Hand Aquaman, a version of Dr. Fate, Hawkman's ancestor, and Power Girl pre-crisis, I think. And he brings in a alternate version of Owlman, which is Owl Woman. So you might be asking the same question that I had. Well, Mr. Terrific has the answer. What happens when we actually get all these past, present, and future heroes in the current DC timeline? Wouldn't we kind of create this weird time paradox? Well, no, we wouldn't, because all of these heroes are basically like quantum ghosts. They don't exist in time anymore, so they can't affect the time as we know it and do like a weird butterfly effect thing. So what do we get? We get Mr. Terrific telling them, hey, go help with the evacuation process while I come up with a plan where we get this demon. And we see Guy Gardner try to go hook up with his former girlfriend, who is not his girlfriend anymore, Ice, which that does not go over really well. Then we end up seeing Aquaman go try to track down some of the people in like his family, and he gets these weird flashes of like the future or what has already happened within the Aquaman title. He finds out he has a daughter at one point, and Martian Manhunter goes to like comfort him and be like, hey, you can't be here at this moment, which is kind of contradicts what good old Mr. Terrific said. And then we end up getting as well, Power Girl ends up leaving a message for her future self. As this is all going on, we end up getting the big reveal where the team goes to this boom tube, and where are they going? They are going to hell to track down this demon. All right, so let's check out the internal artwork for this issue right here. But first, let's get to the creative team right here, where that's the creative team. Give them all the love and respect they deserve. This issue hits it out of the park with the artwork. Like, I really loved the artwork in this issue. I love like all like the stuff with the Atom and his changing and stuff. Like the comic really flowed well. I love all the coloring and stuff. Like this book like really hits it out of the park, and it is amazing. That is for sure. Like it does not like disappoint. Like they got their A team on this for sure with all the art and stuff. Here is actually where I missed a person while talking about it. Alan Scott, Green Lantern from Kingdom Come. Yeah, he's in this too, but here is your team that you're going to be having for the duration of this tie-in story for Justice League Unlimited, which I found most fascinating is having this team of some nostalgic characters, some characters I've never actually even heard of. Like, this is such a good read. Like, I can't say no bad things about this. Like, that's for sure. It's like maybe I didn't know who some of the characters were, but like I really want to know who the characters are. Like the artwork just hits. It is very beautiful, very breathtaking, I have to say. Um, it's well worth a read just for the art alone. No, not the story at all, I guess. No, the story's really good too. So, what exactly did I think of Justice League Unlimited issue number 12, the DC K.O. tie-in? Man, that sure is a mouthful. Well, I actually really did enjoy this issue. It very much all was set up in this first issue for this tie-in, which I don't 100% know if this is going to be mandatory reading for DCKO like the Superman issue was, but this was a strong first issue. It sets things up in a really interesting way where we have all these different heroes from the alternate universes and the different points in time and how they're going to react and interact with our current DC universe. And I'm curious to see like will any of I know they say like nothing's going to change with these heroes, but like would anything change with them going through these particular events at this time, which I really feel like even though it's all set up and stuff and there's a little bit of action, a lot of this does a really good job at setting up like almost like motivations for the characters at this time and like trying to see like obviously they've lost something, they're trying to gain things back because they've gotten taken out of their different points in time and stuff. And like I really liked the character moments in this where we saw like Guy Gardner try to reach out to Ice and like get reconnected with her, and we see this stuff with Aquaman, which is honestly kind of tragic that he really like he had these like flashes of these memories in his head and he didn't know what exactly to do with them. Like I found it to be a really interesting way to tie back in to what's been going on in the current Aquaman run at the moment. But yeah, I want to see how all the other heroes on this team are going to react and what they're going to be doing exactly, trying to track down this demon in hell, which I did not expect them to go tracking down a demon in hell. That was not on my bingo card for sure. But yeah, I like this team. I like the concept that they got going for it. And I hope it stays just as strong as this first issue does. And I'm really hoping it kind of starts to like, get weaved a little bit more into the DCKO tie-in event. Like I don't want it to be just fluff or filler. Like I want it to actually this story to actually mean something because I feel like with all these like really like nostalgic heroes, like something big could come of this, I feel like. But yeah, this was a solid first read. I definitely recommend checking out this issue. I'm Otaku Mike. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you picking this up? Are you reading it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe. Catch you guys later. Peace out. Stay safe. Go read some comic books.